Ever stumbled upon a fearsome Oni in a traditional tale? These characters are often seen with either red or blue skin, sporting two menacing horns and sharp teeth that might remind you of an ogre. While their look can shift slightly, from the color of their skin to the size of their horns, depending on the story, one constant remains: their wild, fearsome nature. Diving deeper, you'll find their clothing is as wild as they are, often wearing the skins of animals they've conquered. This simple yet terrifying attire only adds to the dread they are known for, making every tale with an Oni a chilling adventure. Oni are known in legends as wild and strong demons, and they are a symbol of fear in many stories. Whenever they are around, they bring bad luck and fear, making everyone scared. A cool thing about their story is that Oni were once people, but if someone was really bad after they died, they would turn into this horrifying form. They change into Oni in a place that comes from Buddhist ideas, where they start their new life as demons. They serve the great Lord M, who is thought to be the boss of hell, and they carry huge iron clubs that they use to smash people, which is a messed up way of having fun. Their loyalty to the great Lord M shows that even among demons, there are ranks and orders, giving a peek into a complicated society in the underworld. In the bigger picture, Oni has a job of punishing bad people, turning them into demons like themselves. They do really horrible things to these cursed souls, like breaking their bones or skinning them. This part of their story shows them as the police of the underworld, a way of telling people not to do bad things. Stories often show them as the chosen police of the underworld bosses, showing a dark kind of order in a messy place. Sometimes, the legend tells about people so bad that they turn into Oni while still alive, bringing disaster in the world of the living. Despite being demons, these Oni connect the world of the living and the dead, making stories where the horrible things are real and happening now. The word Oni comes from Old Chinese and Buddhist stories, at first meaning ghosts or monsters. It's interesting how the word changed over time from a wide meaning to a specific type of demon as stories changed in Old Japan. Over time, stories slowly made the meaning of Oni more specific, showing them as a special kind of demon, with each story making them scarier. How their story changed over time shows a rich mix of culture and history that made the terrifying but interesting image of the Oni we know today. Shoen Doi's story is about how a young person with problems turned into a very powerful demon. At first, he was a smart but very misbehaved orphan, and when he tried to become a monk, he just couldn't get along with others and didn't respect them. He found it really hard to follow the strict rules and behave properly like a monk should. He loved drinking alcohol a lot, which got him the nickname Little Drunkard. His way of acting was completely opposite to the simple and controlled life a monk is supposed to lead, showing the big gap between Shoen Doi and the spiritual journey he was supposed to be on. His love for alcohol and lazy attitude didn't fit at all with the serious religious environment he was in. A big change in Shoen Doi's story happens during a festival, where he plans a naughty trick that turns evil. He decides to wear an Oni mask as a joke, but then the mask gets stuck to his face and won't come off. This event shows the evil change happening inside him. When he tries to get help, people laugh at him and reject him, which makes him feel even worse and leads him towards darkness. The people's laughter, which was supposed to be for his joke, now turns against him, pushing him further away from being human. His growing anger shows the cold, evil nature of an Oni, showing a sad fall from a good place. Shoen Doi goes away to live in the mountains on his own, and there his evil side grows even faster. His days are filled with anger, bad actions, and dark magic. His evil change reaches a horrible point when he starts eating people, grabbing unlucky people who come near for his terrifying meals. This horrible habit is a big change from his earlier naughty attitude, showing the change inside him. His evil actions start attracting other evil beings, forming a group of bad creatures under his lead. This group shows the powerful pull of evil, bringing together evil hearts under a flag of fear. Shoen Doi and his group's evil actions catch the eye of the emperor, who decides something must be done. He gives the brave warrior Reiko the tough job of dealing with the problem, so a dangerous journey to the demon's hideout begins. When they reach the evil place, Reiko and his men find the demon army celebrating, which gives them a chance to change the battle. By quietly putting poison in their drinks, Reiko's men tip the balance in their favor, showing bravery and smart thinking. The following attack on the sleeping Oni is a dark but needed action to eliminate this threat. However, Shoen Doi's last fight shows the unbreakable evil strength in him, as even his cut-off head continues to be dangerous. This horrible show of fighting back, even when beaten, leaves a lasting mark of fear, making it necessary to hide his head to keep the land safe. Over time, how people see Oni has greatly changed in Japanese culture. From being monsters that make people scared to symbols of good luck, their images now help protect people. This change may show a bigger change in culture, where Oni, once feared, is now used as charms against evil forces. The habit of using Oni masks to scare away evil spirits shows this change, showing an interesting mix of fear, respect, and honor towards these legendary beings. Shoen Doi's story is a big contrast to how Oni are seen now, looking at the rich and varied world of folklore and tradition. Oni come from a mix of Shinto, Buddhist, and Taoist ideas, and how they are shown has changed in Japan over time. The idea of Oni probably came to Japan from China with Buddhism, but it grew into its own thing in Japanese culture. Long ago, texts like the Izumo no Kunifudoki and Nihon Shoki talked about Oni as horrifying beings different from the souls of the dead. When you look at myths from different places, Oni are a lot like the evil spirits, ogres, or trolls in stories from Europe. They both stand for bad feelings or fears that the good guys in the stories have to beat, just like demons in European stories stand for bad feelings too. In Japan, Oni are seen as horrible figures who punish bad people and cause trouble. They are thought to come from similar figures in Hindu and Buddhist stories called Yaksha and Rakshasa. Over time, how people saw Oni changed. They were first seen as monsters, but later they were also seen as figures that could protect people or bring luck. Buddhism played a big part in changing how people saw Oni, connecting them with ideas about life after death and karma. A famous Oni story about a figure named Shoen Doi helped show Oni in a different light, sometimes as protectors. In old stories, Oni were used to explain why bad things like wars or famines happened, and this idea has stayed in Japanese culture for a long time. Today, Oni still catch people's interest and show up in new ways that go along with what's cool now, but also remember the old styles. Oni can be seen in movies, cartoons, and comics, often as tough bad guys or cool characters that make the story more fun. For example, in the movie Oni-ai and the cartoon Nurarihyon no Mago, Oni characters pop up in a modern-day setting. They also appear in modern art and clothes, with artists using Oni looks to talk about ideas of strength and change. For instance, fashion designer Kanzai Yamamoto has used Oni designs in his trendy collections, mixing old with new. During some festivals, people still celebrate or act out old Oni traditions. Like during Setsuban, folks throw soybeans to shoo away Oni and bring good luck. Their cool looks and old stories keep inspiring new books, art, and shows, blending old traditions with new ideas. For example, the book Geeky Girly Innovation, a Japanese subculturalist's guide to technology and design by Mariko Nagai, talks about Oni folklore in today's world, showing how Oni still grabs attention. Writers and artists keep coming up with new ways to tell Oni stories, showing that Oni remain a fun part of Japanese culture. How do you think the portrayal of Oni reflects the blend of traditional and modern values in Japan? Hit the like button if you found this interesting, and don't forget to subscribe for more.